So I would like to share one experience that happened yesterday. And there was this one person, and they were asking me that will spirituality slow them down, or will spirituality make them complacent? And then I was just thinking about this, that when we talk about the soul, drama, destiny, then most people, they use it the wrong way also. That the drama is predestined, so why make effort, or what is the need to do anything? But the thing is, if you check yourself, we are in this karam kshetra. Karma is something that we constantly do, even when we are unaware. So, even when you're unaware, you are remembering someone or something, or you're thinking about something. So, karma is not a choice. The quality of karma is a choice. But karma is not a choice in Karam Kshetra. But in Ravan Rajya, there is a very interesting programming that you do everything based on negative motivation. So, when the child is little, you send them to school and then you say, your friend got so many marks, so you must also get that much. So it's always, we are motivated negatively. So it's always, some comparison, some competition, or, you go to work so that you earn money. And if you don't earn money, don't go to work. Yes, be kind and nice to people, because only then they will be nice to you. Yes, greet somebody because you want to be greeted. So nobody tells us that, you have to do anything, you have to do everything anyway. So even if, when you study, you study to learn. You don't study to win. When you earn because you have a certain skill set and you put it to use. So basically, your motivation shouldn't be the money you get. Your motivation should be that you have a certain skill set and you put it to use. Yes, your motivation to cook is that you have a body, so you're capable of cooking. So why not cook? If you're capable of something and it is a Karam Kshetra, so see, you will have to think, speak, see, talk, act. All of these things you have to do. Because even when you are not doing it with a certain intention, you are doing stuff, right? Even when you are laying on the sofa, that's a karma. That's an act you're doing. So why would you choose to lay on the sofa, and why not go and cook in the kitchen? Yes, so, and what makes you, so this thing, about every karma being based on negative motivation. And then, that's why when there is no negative motivation, then there is no motivation to do karma. So, when people get, when people become content, or they are free from greed and attachment and ego and stuff, they say, we won't do anything. Because what is the need? up until now I wanted to earn because I wanted a position, I wanted power, I wanted appreciation, I wanted money. But now I don't want all of that. So then why work? But then is work optional? So I think, it's always very important to underline that karma is our duty. It's our duty to do good karma because we have been endowed with the capacity. So it's not because of what you get that you do something, it's because of what you have been given. So I have been given so many resources. I have been given body, mind, wealth. I've been given the capacity to think, speak. So why would I not use that capacity? And if I don't use it, I will misuse it. If I don't use it consciously, I will definitely misuse it. It's not like it will never be used. So, and even if I don't use it, at the end it will all, get wasted. So even that is on me. So it's very important to understand and underline this aspect also, because I see sometimes some children, they listen to Baba's Gyan and then they say, yes, this is not my identity, this work is not my identity, this relationship is not my identity. And then you see that they are not paying attention to work or relationship. But then if it is not your identity, but then you are an elevated soul. So the work you do must reflect that. Your life should reflect that. And when you do something, it should feel like, yes, this elevated soul did this. It doesn't matter what was the result or what was it, but what you got out of it, but then the quality of what you did should reflect your quality. If you are knowledgeful, peaceful, loveful, powerful, blissful, if you are not somebody who wastes resources, then your work, your life, your relationships should reflect that. And if it is not reflecting that, then sometimes this gyan can be very misused. And I remember there was this one brother, and he had a son, and for some strange reason, I don't know why, but he didn't want his son to go out and work and stuff. So he always said, that it's not important that you work, it's important that you're soul conscious and you stay at home and you live a life of a meditator. Then that son, he used to come to me. So he told me all of this stuff that, yes, I'm not defined by my work, or I'm not defined by my what I do and what I have. So I told him, yes, you're not defined by that, but Baba never said you don't do and don't have. So if you are an elevated soul, you will do good karma and you will have everything. Why won't you? Because you are elevated. And so Baba says it's inside out. It's not like it's just inside, it's not out. It's not outside in. What is outside doesn't determine who you are, but who you are is reflected in what you do and what you get, isn't it? If it isn't, then there is a problem with who you are inside, because sometimes we don't understand Gyan properly, and especially about karma these days. People are so averse to doing anything, whether it is just taking a good bath also. I've seen people not taking out the time to take a bath every day. And it's very, so this is basic, you clean yourself, you cook, you take care of the place you live in, you earn your bread. What is so difficult about it? Baba says that, and that is not optional. Karma is not optional in Karam Kshetra. And Baba always mentions in the Murli that the concept of Karam Sannyas is flawed. You cannot have Karam Sannyas in Karam Kshetra. If you don't do anything, that's also karma. If you're not doing anything, that's also part of your karmic account. That's creating a karmic account. So it's very important to understand that Gyan doesn't tell you that karma is optional. Yes, in Sannyas Marg, of course, they told you karma is optional, just leave everything and go and sit and meditate. But we are not those sannyasis, we are Karam yogis. And Baba says, right from the time you get up and even in your sleep, you are creating karma. So be very aware of choosing every thought, every word, every act. Everything that you do is creating your karmic account. And Baba teaches us how to change our negative karma into good karma by making us understand what is impure karma, what is pure karma, and then how you remember Baba and do everything in Baba's remembrance. That changes the quality of your karma, because when you do everything in Baba's remembrance, then you are not doing it out of greed or attachment or ego. You're doing it because you are taking, palna from Baba, and that is your karma. Your good karma is a reflection. It's an act of gratitude for Baba's palna. So Baba teaches us all these things, and we have to keep all this in mind and also understand that, it's you have to check whether you are neglecting your lokik karma or your alokik karma and taking this plea that, this doesn't define me and that doesn't define me. It doesn't define you, but that doesn't mean you want to escape it. So this is very important to understand, and most people have this misconception because whenever you talk about spirituality or meditation, the first thought that comes to mind is, the sannyas dharam. So that is karam sannyas, but that Gyan doesn't teach you karam sannyas. So it's very important to be active, alert, attentive, to do good karma. And then Baba says, with that karma, you should know, how you're doing it, what choices you're making. So Baba doesn't tell us that don't do karma. So these are the things that you need to sometimes remind yourself. Because you see, sometimes, even with regard to relationships, people say relationships don't define me, so I don't care about relationships. But relationships don't define you, but you have to, if you are a loving soul, why won't you have good relationships? You are not living in a jungle, you are living with, even if, it's not about who you have a relationship with, but even if there's a maid coming at home and doing some work for you, you will have a good relationship with that person, with that soul, because that soul is coming in contact with you. And if you are an elevated, loving, peaceful, powerful soul, will that not reflect in your relationships? So, and if you feel the need to, if you feel the need to avoid people and escape from them, and you are not able to stand somebody, or you're not able to live with somebody, then that means that you're not loving and powerful. There is there's lack of humility, there is lack of power to tolerate, there is lack of power to adjust. If all that was not there, then why would you make the decision to to withdraw? Yes, you would set internal boundaries, you won't, and you would set your boundaries, but then you wouldn't avoid somebody or be uncomfortable with the presence of somebody. Yes, so setting boundaries, even when you are setting boundaries, does it come from the fact that you're following Shrimat, or does it come from the fact that you're being uncomfortable? So I'll give you one example. There was this one Kumar, and he told me that I am afraid of confrontation. So whenever somebody says something loudly, I just want to get away from there, and I feel very uncomfortable. So I said, but he said, then he said that, but I feel sometimes confronting is important. So I told him that at this stage of my journey, I understand that confronting is never important. But having said that, now that you feel uncomfortable confronting, do that. And then when you are comfortable confronting, then don't do it. Because anything that you do has to come from a place of choice. It doesn't have to come from a place of fear or discomfort. So if I don't want to talk to anybody after 9 p.m., that's a choice that I'm making. It's not that I don't want to talk to this person after 9 p.m., but I can talk to another person after 9 p.m. Yes, so if the mother-in-law is calling, then I'm a yogi after 9 p.m. But if the mother is calling, then I can pick the phone and talk for 1 hour. So that's not how it has to go. So setting boundaries is about Shrimat. It's not about I'm uncomfortable, I don't like this, or I am afraid of this, or I can't do this, so I'm setting boundaries. No, setting boundaries should never come from that place. So Baba tells us that, so you see, when you don't choose to talk to somebody, that's fine. But it's not like if they come in front of you, then you feel a wave of some negative emotion. Yes, and I remember there was this one brother, and he was on a business trip or something, and then he met everybody, and then when he had to meet somebody he was not comfortable meeting, he said, today I have to go to the center and my tapasya is important, and that's why I can't meet you. And he gave that excuse and he came. And he told me that, Didi, it's important to be in the center. And I said, it's important only today, right? Because you had to meet that fellow. Otherwise, it was not important. Otherwise, you met everybody on the planet, and that day it was not important to visit the center. So you have to see, whether it is about work or relationships, or now this is about the Lokik, but then in the Alokik also, Baba says, we are the people who do double karma. Not just the Lokik, but also the Alokik. So in the Lokik also, we are neither rejecting nor neglecting nor attaching. So there are three things: rejection, neglecting and attaching. So when we are in Lokik, we take care that we don't reject, we don't neglect, we don't attach. Because if we do any of the three, we are creating vikarma. But then we take, am I doing enough in my alokik journey also? Because Baba says in your alokik journey, you have to do pursharth and seva. And that's also mandatory. It's not like, that's optional on this path. So Baba says, are you making enough effort? See that, because you're taking so much sustenance, so much power from Baba. And when we are taking so much from Baba, why am I not able to do the effort that I should, or do the seva that I should? And do you know that in Sangam Yuga, there are two things. One is, you don't do what you're not supposed to do. That pertains mostly to the Lokik. So don't perform any act based on negative emotion. But you also do what you're supposed to do. Because if you don't do that, because you see, we are taking from Baba. And if we are taking so much sustenance from Baba, and then we don't do what Baba directs us to do, that creates an account of sin. So if we become complacent and we are not, in fact, apart from being complacent, you have to be proactive. In the world, people are only reactive. People are doing things because they need to do it, it's necessary for them to do. So anybody having a lot of money, they say, why do I need to work? If I don't need to work, then I don't work. But we are not doing things because we need to. We are doing stuff because we understand that through karma I can create a very long-term fortune. So every resource that I have today, my time, my thought, my energy, my body, my mind, my wealth, it can create a fortune for me. So I have to understand the importance of karma to this extent. And a karma yogi never stays without karma, never stays without yoga. So this is something that I wanted to underline today, because I've been noticing this for a while, that many people, because we come from a world of negative motivation, so when the negative motivation is not there, then you don't have any motivation to do karma. But your being, your existence is your motivation to karma. You are here and you are endowed, you have resources, so it's your duty to use it, to put it to use. And just think about, you see, how nature is designed. If you don't use your body, if you don't do work with your body decays. Yes, you don't use your mind gets rusted. You don't use your thoughts properly, then your thoughts become, the doorway to depression and mental illnesses. So you have to use it. It's not optional. You have to it's like you're sitting in a car. If you're sitting in a car and the car is, switched on, then you have to drive it properly. Because if you don't drive it properly, then you will meet an accident. So this life, when we come into the body, it's like you're sitting in an active car and you have to drive it. If you don't drive it, if you drive it wrong, then you will be at loss. So Baba gives us this knowledge and we have to understand it properly. And today Baba says that this is a drama, and in the drama, just like in a limited drama, you know the hero, you know the villain, you know who is who. Yes, and just imagine that in a limited drama, in a movie or a drama, the hero forgets he is the hero. The hero is not, in that intoxication that I'm the hero of the movie. Then what happens? The movie is a disaster. So, the hero has to know I'm the hero and it's on me, on my shoulders. And the hero cannot underplay himself. He's the hero. So, Baba says that, do you know who is the hero of this movie? This drama. And do you understand that I am the hero actor of this unlimited drama? So, and the hero has to be in consonance with the director. If the hero starts listening to the co-actors, it doesn't work. So the director is Baba and I am the hero actor. And the responsibility of this unlimited drama is on me. And I have to understand. So, when Baba says be soul conscious, it's not just that I'm a soul, but it's also which soul am I? What is my position in the soul world? What is my position in this world drama? Do you remember that? And when you know who you are, then you understand that whether somebody does something or doesn't do something doesn't matter, because you see, the hero doesn't wait for the supporting actor to do something so that he does something. He's the one who takes the initiative. Yes, and then Baba today says that never forget that you are special. Yes, so now you see, in the world, people are very fixated with being normal. I want to be a normal human being, normal life, normal marriage, normal, I don't know what, everything normal they want. Now, why do you want everything normal? So, Baba says you are special, your part is special, what you do is special, what you get is special. And you have to understand that you are the only ones who have this pre-recorded special part, the hero actor part. And have you seen that even in a drama, the hero does things which sometimes you talk amongst each other and say, if the hero does it, it looks okay, but if anybody else does it, it doesn't look okay. So the hero always engages in acts which doesn't suit other people. So Baba says you must understand that you are the special soul who can, who is entrusted with this special task and who has speciality, and you don't have to compare yourself with the ordinary. Because it's the comparison with the ordinary that makes us ordinary. Yes, and I remember, there was this one incident when there was a sister, and she used to come on a bike with a brother to the center. And then the Didi of the center, she asked that sister, why do you come on a bike with this brother? And then that sister said that he's my friend. So the Didi said, no, you don't come on a bike with a friend to the center. So the sister said, but what is wrong with it? Everybody does it. So the Didi said, we don't do it. Maybe everybody does it, we don't do it. So then that sister, she left Gyan. She didn't come to the center. But the thing is, you see, if you are not a special soul, you can't be in this special place. And whatever everybody does, you can't do the same thing. So Baba says that I give you Shrimat, and Shrimat is special. And you have to understand that you are the soul who follows Shrimat every cycle. And so, do you have a problem with being special, or are you okay being special? Because there's this question you have to ask yourself. Because when people tell you you're not normal, you are not like everybody, and do you take it as an insult or do you take it as a compliment? Yes, because people want to be extraordinary, but then they want to be extraordinary in a manner that is understandable by others. But if other people can understand your extraordinariness, then you're not extraordinary. If somebody cannot understand your extraordinariness, then you are extraordinary. And there was this one episode when somebody told me that you people are very ajeeb, they're so very, very bizarre. And so I said, I know. So then they said, no, but you shouldn't be like that. So I said, I'm ajeeb to you because you are not special. I'm special. So I will look ajeeb to you. That's okay. I'm not ajeeb to my Didi, who is a great soul. And I just want to be normal to her. I don't want to be normal to anybody else. So you have to be, you have to embrace this. Because so it shouldn't put you off. So when you are soul conscious, Baba today says very beautifully that you can never be hurt if you're soul conscious. When you know who you are, when you know what you're doing, when you know what's your aim, when you know whose Shrimat are you following, then anybody's, approval, disapproval, validation, not validation, recognition, dismissal, they don't hurt you. Because you know who you are. You know what you're doing, why you're doing, on whose Shrimat you're doing what you're doing, and what's your aim, and you're very clear about that. So it's very important to be soul conscious, and soul conscious means two questions. I am a soul, and which soul am I? And only Brahmins can be soul conscious, because you become soul conscious through Baba. So when you're soul conscious, it's not just that I'm a soul, but I'm a unique soul. I'm an extraordinary soul. And I was just thinking today, I'll share one experience. So there was a brother, and he was he came for the first time and I used this word special, and he didn't like it because these days special has different connotations also. Yes, so special means disabled these days. So then he didn't like it. And you see how in this era of body consciousness, these good words, they lose their essence. And then, you are trying to, so Baba says that, and we wanted to glorify those who have, different abilities. But then instead of that happening, the opposite has happened. You have unglorified the word. So that's the world we are living in, and that's what body consciousness is all about. So Baba says that no, you are really special, and it means that you are the hero actor, and you are the one who is not like anybody else, and you must know that and rise above ordinariness and transform your ordinary sanskars, and that will pave the way for world transformation. Okay. Om Shanti.